Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. What have we done recently actually? I don't remember. I played a lot of casual bots, so there's some stuff in here, but okay. Right, just finished that game against Dan XOR and Sven, completing our tickets. Got it. 2 losses in here, by the way, against like the bots, which is a lot. This felt real bad. Like, I don't know what I was supposed to do this set. It's a very player 2 set, and I was player 1. And Masterbot beat the hell out of me. Deep Drone is Masterbot, by the way. I don't remember why I lost this one. I don't even remember playing this set. Huh. I probably did, though. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let's get a new ticket going, and we have a platinum ticket, so let's use it. What was this game against Masterbot? It was yesterday. I did indeed play it. It's not just like some weird thing that... Come on, I bought a Sinestra. How do I ever lose after buying a Sinestra? It looks like I'm ahead at that point. I don't know why I suddenly lost. Huh. Well, Defense Grid looks bad with Vi. There's like everything here is freeze. Antima is probably gettable. Can you like Antima and Ice Blades is the thing, I guess? And then after buying the Antima, you can just start building Gauss Cannons and Ice Blades. Oh, I disagree. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can get a 3rd engineer here. I don't really want a lot of green, but I want some, and like I have nothing else to do with the money right now, right? I could float it. Is that better for some reason? I don't think so. Next turn I could buy 2 drones, leaves me with $9. Buy an Animus. But like Blast Forge is fine too, because I don't want Tarsiers. I'm going for this Ice Blade plus Gauss Cannon thing. Well, I guess Vi, right? If he's going high econ, we do need to be there to get him with Vi. Which means we're not going to be super breach-proof. So maybe Tarsiers and Vi is the way to go. But I want a Comet. But I think I'll get the green later. Since we're not buying a ton of Gauss Cannons, I don't need to rush green. $13 drones. It's enough for a Vi. I mean, I'd rather have more. So we'll do something like this. Okay, so he wants the defense grid, but he's rushing it out way too soon, I think. So, let's see. When can I get in the 2nd Animus is what I want to know. In fact, if he's rushing out the defense grid, I shouldn't bother, like, building an Ice Blade. Well, it's an efficient way to spend my tech. It's just like... I think I'd rather do this. Yeah. And instead of this drone, another Tarsier. I guess I'm not ever getting that Comet, huh? Too much tech already. But we're here just in time to punish the defense grid, which is nice. So I kind of expect to see him not get it. But he's committed so heavily to it. What else is he going to do? I think he has to just hope I'm doing this wrong. Okay, fine. Get a wall first. Sure. But then when are you ever going to have time to get a defense grid? Comet time, huh? Should be interesting. I think I will get the Vi here. I'm not... I mean, I don't know. What if I just do this? Like... I'm building more attack. I have a blocker in place. And I can still Vi as soon as he commits the defense grid. And if he never does, all this blue is looking pretty stupid for him. I expect him to build a Comet next turn. Maybe I should build the Vi. These Tarsiers are not looking great against the incoming Vi, is my opinion. And I want to have my blue free for walls coming up real soon. Okay, so freezing a wall here is not productive. I would rather just get the attack. I don't think I've ever heard Vi's attack sound because I've never owned a Vi. So he can buy, what, a few engineers? He'll be attacking for a lot, it's true. These should probably be like a Rhino and an Engi or something. I might have trouble defending this Comet, which is a little embarrassing. I guess I don't need the wall if I'm doing this. I can build a Steel Splitter. I guess Rhino's fine to lose. So he can't actually buy, like, all engineers here, which is nice. He has to spend a bunch on walls. I think he... yeah, that's the amount you want to spend on walls. Okay. Force field's fine. So here's the thing. I really just have to survive this attack, and then I'll be okay. And it's not really that hard to do. I mean, I can't do this. But if I just, like, keep cool, hold the Steel Splitter, build more attack. He's been having to defend, which means that he... actually, hang on. Yeah, his defense here is to just lose 3 walls, so he will not be losing any Steel Splitter, or any engineers. What if I were to attack with the engineer, with the Steel Splitter? Then he might choose to lose 1 engineer, but that would still reach me. And also, he might choose not to lose it, so... So the Vi is, like, not that good if your opponent never gets a defense grid. I'm, like, over-teched quite a bit. But he had to do all this, like... It was good because it stopped him from getting defense grid. And he had spent a bunch of resources in the direction of getting defense grid, right? And so, like, I have to do this, I think, to say, no, you can't have a defense grid. Because if I let him get one that works, like, he's in good shape. But here, since I'm threatening it, he has to do this instead. Switch plans into a Comet. And here, I could choose not to build the Vi, since it's not amazing, right? But it's 3 attack for all of my tech. 3 immediate attack, right? That's better than I'm going to get with any other spend of my resources. And I have to get it now, or he might actually be able to get a defense grid, right? So it kind of sucks that I'm like, I have this extra Animus stuck to me that I'm never able to use. But it was necessary to get out the Vi, and he has like 2 Blast Forges that he can't use, sort of. Plus maybe an Animus, because the Comet's not that, like, after a Comet, he doesn't really want all this tech. Well, on the Comet turn, he doesn't want all this tech. On the post-Comet turn, he doesn't want all this tech. It's just like he has way more wasted tech than I do. And I think that was sort of a necessary known outcome of him going defense grid and me going Vi. So I think that was mostly what decided things. I like his decision here to try for the Comet, because otherwise what is he going to do? He might I guess, have tried Ice Blades instead. And said, hey, you know, I don't care about your stupid chill. I'm building Ice Blades. He has enough tech to build 2 per turn, and I think enough drones to build 2 per turn. I don't think it would have worked. I have enough attack to kill Ice Blades, and I can build defense reasonably well. So, I don't know, that or the Comet. Either was plausible once he got into the losing position of having 3 Blast Forges. Kind of a short game, huh? It's nice to get a clean punish for what, you know, looks like... You know, they say, like, hey, you know, go find the best absorber in the set and just roughly try to plan your economy around that. Assume everyone's getting the best absorber there is, and build your economy around it. Now, of course, there's a trick there, right? It's the best absorber that you can actually get, which is not defense grid in this set. There's, you know, in sets where defense grid is all by itself, it's like the only blue unit, there's usually not enough support to go for it. In this game, it wasn't like there was no support, but rather there was like, you know, Comet is sort of support, honestly, because Comet loves having a bunch of drones so you can build a bunch of engineers, and you have all this time to defend and so on, but Vi is such a strong counter to defense grid that it's not worth getting without some other powerful blue stuff around. Like, maybe if there were an energy matrix also, so that when they freeze your defense grid, they're not doing that much. And then there's like a bridge absorber if like you can build energy matrix and then build defense grid instead of having to like rush straight for defense grid. But I think in most sets with Vi, defense grid is probably not that great. All right, well, give me a match, please. Who are we gonna watch instead of playing a game? I guess. Well, here's Excel. We'll follow him. I hope he doesn't mind that I'm. Oh, look, he's tier 9 now. He was tier 8 yesterday, right? Good for him. Ooh. Colossus and defense grid, huh? That's not much of a combo. I mean, he is over-defending by enough that he doesn't have to lose either of them. But... you're not getting the value on defense grid if you're absorbing on Colossus. I think this guy has the better... Oh, yeah, this one's Excel. Good work. I think Excel has the better idea. The Valkyrians... Okay, yeah, I guess you can just not block on Colossus or attack with it. The Valkyrians are able to sort of deny your opponent defense grid / Colossus value by just not attacking with them. In fact, I think, like, you might have considered attacking for less last turn. Just enough to, like, kill the 3 Galvanis, let's say. Then your opponent would have 2 fewer barriers here. Yeah, in fact, attacking with the second Valkyrian did nothing except give your opponent 2 barriers. Oof. Okay, this is good, actually. No, he's not... This is... bad? We killed Wall NG, and we gave our opponent 6 barriers in exchange. Maybe that's fine. We can just choose not to attack next turn when he's absorbing for 12. I mean, I think Synthesizer into Defense Grid is a good play. It's a good plan to have. Galvanis are good too. I like the Valkyrian add-on more than the Colossus add-on, but I think you might be clicking your Valkyrians too much. Right, because he's absorbing for 12 here. We could take away 16 attack. I don't know. We killed 3 walls and we gave the opponent 8 barriers in exchange. I guess we dealt 1 damage with all 4 of these Valkyrians attacking, as opposed to not. I'd rather just not, and then... Well, I don't know. I'm not so great with Valkyrian myself. Who do I think is winning here? It still feels like Excel is winning. How are those supplies looking? Excel is up on wall supply, which is good. He has to find something to do with all of his red and... I mean, he's building more Tarsiers. Good for him. Now, he can't keep building Valkyrians because there aren't any left. Holding back Steel Splitter. Ah, to build Colossus. Oh, that's so sick! What a play! The defense grid is dying this turn. It's time to transition into Colossus. Very nice. So, still no match for us. We are indeed in the queue, though, so... I don't know, just sort of a quiet night, I guess. Are we gonna get Excel again? Oh, and here's the guy he was playing against. What are they talking about? I don't know. Arms race is more efficient on gold than Tarsier. Well, sort of. We are against Excel again. Look at that. So these two have a good synergy, of course, right? Red-green looks pretty strong. If you can build enough green, you can get Zatron. Alternate between Zatrons and Protoplasm Absorb or something like that. I like being player 2. I think this is a turn 2 Animus set. Probably not turn 2 Conduit Animus or Natural Conduit. Right? Just do something like this. I could build green. I could build green. What if I did this? This helps me get the Zatron out fast enough. Right, so I'm building like a Gaussite next turn. Am I though? Like he's about to build an Animus. And then he can just absorb the Gaussite attack with Rhino. I think I'd rather just build 2 Tarsiers next turn. Tarsier, Tarsier, Drone, and then pick up a Gaussite the next turn. I'm also sort of protected in case he chooses to do some weird fission turret rush. I can build a Rhino this way. I don't think that's good for our... Okay, sure. Right, can't build a drone because Rhino's more expensive than Tarsier. Fine. If he builds another fission turret, as I sort of expect him to do, it's a little bit awkward to defend while still getting out a Gaussite. I mean, I can just like build Gaussite and choose to lose an engineer, I suppose. It's not the end of the world. Or since he's not really... Huh. He didn't add on any more attack. I like the Rhino killing one of his engineers. But this way he's gonna have access to protoplasms and I won't. I don't think this is the right idea. Do I want to trade engineers with him? I guess is what this Rhino click is doing. Who needs the engineers more? I think it's me. But I want to get this Rhino... Yeah, I think I'll trade because it means I'll get the Rhino on defense sooner. Okay, sure. And it actually does pressure him a fair bit. He doesn't really want to build a protoplasm as his like first... As his attacker this turn, I don't think. I mean, he's gonna do it. Okay, so build a protoplasm per turn is his plan here. he's certainly putting pressure on me, but I can start countering with protoplasms now. And I'll have way more attack behind them. Ugh. I'm starting to get a little scared here, for sure. I think he should click the first protoplasm. It didn't do its full job of absorbing, but it's never going to. You should just spend it now to kill all this stuff. Okay. And I have to keep holding the Rhino, planning for it to defend. But I have like 3 more, well, I'll call it 2 more permanent attack than him, depending on whether you count the fission turret. He's putting me under a lot of pressure. I admire that. What? Yeah. There you go. Now here you might consider holding the protoplasms, since I would like to defend on my protoplasm, but you deny me that value if you don't build one. But he does get to kill a Rhino if he attacks with them, which is kind of cool. Okay, but he's not building protoplasms anymore, which is great. Can I build a drone here? Is that way too cheeky? I think it's fine. No, it should be an engineer. I guess 2 engineers, why not? So he's losing 0 attackers here. But he doesn't really want to attack for 3, I think. He wants to... I don't know what he wants to do. It's looking pretty rough for him. He's also not going to get to harvest the fission turret, which stinks a bunch for him. I think this drone should have been an engineer. Although he's losing... Yeah, okay, that wouldn't have... I guess if he had built an engineer instead of a drone, he could choose to lose the Rhino to save the 2 engineers and then harvest the fission turret, if green were important enough to him. I don't know if that would have been the right play, but a fission turret dying off without being harvested is pretty sad. How are things? I have fewer drones than he does, but much more attack. I think I'm ahead. I mean, it looks honestly pretty overwhelming to me, but I could be wrong about that. I'll just build a new protoplasm and a drone. Should I click this one? Yeah, it's basically just killing 2 rhinos, which is good value. If I don't, he's just absorbing on the protoplasm. This makes him also absorb on the protoplasm, but lose both rhinos. So he's really attacking for at most 4, which is fine. Please attack for 4, I'd be thrilled. I don't know, I guess, would I be thrilled? He actually should hold on to this, I think. Oh, the fission turret is dead. Right, yes. He should hold on to this since it's denying me protoplasm value. I didn't think about that. This lets him sort of build up a bit more attack. Alright, though. We got him. I mean, this was a pretty good set for player 2. It's hard to claim too much glory for this win. Although, I think that a better player 1 line would be to just double drone here and then pick up the natural animus on turn 3. Cut out this fission turret nonsense. Fission turret could be good if you were ever able to harvest it. And it makes me build a rhino. You know, I'm not so sure I dislike this fission turret. It makes me build a rhino. My defense is awkward for a while. I, in fact... allowed it to kill an engineer here. So it made me build units I didn't really want to build. It made me hold back another drone here. Hold back my... Well, I was holding the Rhino back anyway. But... yeah, overall Fission Turret was better than I guessed. When I first saw it, I thought it was not a good unit. But actually, on reflection, I think it's fine. And so maybe his line of like turn 2 Conduit was alright. I still prefer the Natural Animus just because Gaussite seems pretty important. A better way to produce green than Conduit. But I could be wrong about that. And as I said, I don't think he should have held this Protoplasm this turn. It was killing pretty good stuff. And when he waited, he actually lost the opportunity to kill my drone. Okay, but how about my plan? So I think the turn 2 Animus is good. The Rhino Tarsier here is pretty obvious, I think. I mean, I could build the Gaussite, I guess. But then I'm giving him, like, another turn of getting to kill an engineer. I don't know, actually. Well, I want to have some Tarsiers going. I don't want to just be going, like, Gaussites. And the Rhino is okay value for a little while. But it does make things very awkward for me, because I need to get out 2 green per turn pretty quick. Maybe starting with Gaussite would have been right, since my opponent didn't have an Absorber anyway. The fastness of its attack is pretty valuable. And it would be a bit cheaper, letting me build, I think, a drone. On this turn here? Yeah. How does that look? So I lose an engineer here, but it sort of mirrors the engineer that I lost in the game, right? I lost that engineer, but now I'm not losing it on this turn, and I get to build the Rhino. Still not so clear when I'm getting my second Oof, it's a little tough for him to... Not clear when I'm getting my second Gaussite this way, but we're in pretty much a similar position, right? As in the game. All right, let's look at my turn 5. Here I have 11 drones, 2 green, and these guys. Right, what about in the actual game? On turn 5. I guess I have the same number of drones, 1 more dollar, 1 less green, and 1 fewer Rhino charge. Shouldn't... I think I don't have this Tarsier either in the other line. He was like, still had his build time coming in. Because I built the Tarsier sooner in my actual line. Okay. I don't know. Tough to say. And then, I don't know, I was just sort of in a better position because I had permanent attack and he didn't. And so most of the stuff I did here was not terribly important, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was what, 2 games in a row, both against Excel? I feel bad to keep beating him, but he's putting on a good show. He's improving, as we saw from the other game of his we just watched as well in between the 2 matches. But okay, half an hour seems like a good time for an episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.